I've talked to countless people around me that are feeling brain fog. They feel depressed. And you can say this is all from lockdowns and all from everything that's going on right now in the news, but the people are dealing with a lot of issues right now, and it's self-inflicted, and it's really sad to see. And honestly, I don't know where things are going personally, but I am happy that we have guys like you, Innovative Medicine. We have Dave, everybody else in the biohacking community trying to help these people. And then also naturopath, homeopathic doctors, and some of these other wellness clinics. So,
yeah, I'll say this: emotions and psychological state drive disease and poor decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it all the time on both sides, meaning someone's in an emotional state, whether that's grief, whether that's guilt, whether that's fear, all these lower consciousness states, and then, get a chronic disease and usually don't associate the two. You kind of say, oh, I'm depressed because I'm diseased or something. But it's true that it's usually the other way around, meaning you have the emotional states and the psychological trauma of something that you're carrying on chronically that leads into a biochemical cascade that leads to disease, right? And then you get that disease, and then you get the diagnosis, and then you get fear of that diagnosis, and they tell you you have a 20% chance to live, and then you drive more fear, and then you make bad decisions because of that, and you don't take second options, and and you just kind of it's a vicious disease cycle. It literally is. That drives your biochemistry that starts with psychology and everything, goes in a circle round and round, and until you could break that disease cycle, there's no solution for it.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest, Laj, breaking the disease cycle in that way is insanely simple. And it's like, I'm going to dumb it down in some ways because someone will probably listen and will be like, how dare you say it's simple to get over depression, to get over tough disease and everything. But, I will, from everything I've learned from around the world, the closer you are with nature, the better off you are. That's it, man. Like, I got back from Alaska and I remember feeling super stressed. Yeah, it was amazing. And I was super stressed beforehand. You have these mandates coming down. I had, our clinic, everyone working here is, oh, do we need this? What are we going to do about this? What if they do this? It's like, you got lawyers involved. You got all these things going on, and you got constant pings on your phone and people reaching out to you and scared also, and so much fear, uncertainty, doubt going on. And it gets to you. It got to me too. And I was feeling burned out. I started to feel almost like, all right, if I don't do something, I'm going to get sick, Mm-hmm. And luckily that trip to Alaska was planned, and it was just, off the grid, no cell phone service, camping out on a glacier lake in Ketchikan Bay, Alaska, nothing around, no roads, no nothing, just nature. Yeah. And let me tell you, that was the ultimate reset. That was just every day that went by, I didn't miss the phone. I didn't miss the email. I didn't miss. And then you realize life goes on, right? In nature, it just continues. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. The sun rises, it sets, you appreciate it. Life goes on. It doesn't need to be complex, actually. And we invite the complexity of our kind of artificial world into it, which provides us with a lot of stress and a lot of worry and a lot of fear and a lot of disease that comes from it. But honestly, everything we do here in this center is really just trying to emulate what would be going on in nature and what that you're missing from nature. So, exactly. I mean, we do frequency things like, the biocharger and other ones. And all that's doing is giving you frequencies of nature. All that's doing is trying to emulate what you'd be like, if you were just out in nature anyway. So, not to say that, our clinic isn't necessary and just go to Alaska, because you need the catalyst. And a lot of times you may not be able to camp out. But And of course, once you're in a certain state, you're going to require something a little bit more. But what I'm saying is that connection with nature is so powerful. And I feel like as humans, we're a little bit arrogant with it. We're like, oh, whatever, go hug a tree, right? And I'll take my pills that are shown scientifically proven and everything. It's I want to be hey, listen, those pills are derived from something in nature. All right. Everything Ambien is derived from valerian root, right? And finding that one composition of one thing in it, and then chemically composing that and mass producing it with side effects, unfortunately, because you can never emulate nature properly. Nature will always do it better. So if there's one thing I could say for like people that are like, how do I get over the fear? It's like, turn off the TV, turn off the cell phone, get into nature and just enjoy it and just sit there. Just sit there in nature and see how you feel. Take a few deep breaths in nature and just, and see how you feel. And I feel like people will be like, I feel good. Then do it more, right? Oh, I can't. I work too hard. I don't know. Get a new job. Like, honestly, I get that's really hard to say. And it's like, here's a guy who has money who could say that, like, but listen, I've seen people who had lots of money and it doesn't matter. They're sick and they're what are they going to do? They died early and with a lot of money, and who cares? Yeah. Slow it down, simplify it, get rid of like stuff like TVs. You don't need that. Get rid of like your plans for all, like everyone has all these things. I see so many possessions. And then they're like, no, it's too expensive to do that and be healthy. It's like, all right, where's your priority then? That's it. You could dumb it down. You could live in a cottage somewhere if you had to. Like, I'm just saying, like, if you're going through it, if you're happy with your life right now, cool, keep doing it, right? If you're healthy, if you're getting in nature, that's fine. But if you're looking at it from like, I'm depressed, I'm this, I'm that, shake it up, change it up, go back into nature and prioritize that, right? And the stressful job, well, that stressful job is killing you. Get out of it. And I know it's easier said than done, but at the end of the day, like I've spoken to people that took that leap of faith and like, best decision of my life. Wish I did it years earlier. So,